patterns can feel a bit like reading a new language at first. With all the crochet abbreviations, acronyms, and terms to navigate, it's natural to feel a little overwhelmed. If you feel stuck wondering, why are there so many abbreviations in crochet? What do these acronyms mean? What should I do if a pattern doesn't explain a crochet term? This guide provides the clarity you need. Hi, I'm Salena Baca, founder, host, lead educator with the American Crochet Association, and I'm here to explain the purpose of crochet abbreviations, decode the common terms, and help you feel confident when reading any pattern. I am reading through an article that I wrote quite a few years ago. I've updated it with some more resources and some cheat sheets, so definitely click on the link in the video so that you can read and find all of this yourself. So first and foremost, why do we use crochet abbreviations? Well, patterns use crochet abbreviations to keep instruction short and easy to follow at a glance. Writing out every single stitch or technique in full is really just going to make the crochet pattern way too long and way too difficult to read. Here's an example. The double crochet stitch has a single definition that we all agree on and understand in the crochet world. So the technical instructions for a double crochet stitch are yarn over, insert hook into next stitch, yarn over, pull through stitch, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through the last 2 loops. So instead of writing this out every single time a double crochet stitch should be worked in a crochet pattern, we're going to simply use and reference its crochet abbreviation instead. So we all know what a double crochet is. We all know what the instructions are. So whenever a pattern wants us to double crochet, we don't have to write all that. We can just put DC and we know exactly what to do. So this is also true for basic stitches in crochet: the chain, the single crochet, the half double crochet, and the treble crochet. So using abbreviations like this makes crochet patterns more compact, easier to reference, and less intimidating. You may be wondering if there's anything not to abbreviate. I have very strong opinions on this. Yes, I think lots of things do not need to be abbreviated. So common crochet abbreviations, terms, and standards and guidelines, those are already defined by the Craft Yarn Council. They create consistency and help crocheters around the world to universally understand patterns more easily. However, not all pattern writers follow these standards. They kind of make up their own thing, which sometimes is fantastic and sometimes it's a little confusing. So for example, some pattern writers abbreviate words that do not need to be technically defined and are not used enough to be abbreviated. They think, I'm writing a crochet pattern, I'm going to be fancy, I'm going to throw in abbreviations because it makes me feel more credible. I'm being a hater a little bit because that's kind of what I used to do. I've learned and grown from that, and that's kind of why I'm putting so much emphasis into this particular section. So in a crochet pattern, we do see these, but it hurts my feelings to see them abbreviating words like beginning, wrong side, right side, fasten off, skip, or even repeat. These are all entirely unnecessary. Do we see them in patterns? Sure. Are people still going to use them? Yeah, probably. But these abbreviations can actually make patterns harder to read at a glance and follow, especially if you're a beginner. If you're a beginner and you're trying to learn crochet, crochet is hard enough without looking at a piece of paper that is entirely acronyms and going, I have to decode every single word so that I understand what to do. I don't know. So not every word needs to be abbreviated. Pattern writers, I see you, and crochet pattern followers. If every single word is abbreviated, make sure they're defined somewhere so that you can actually decode with confidence. Crochet basic stitches. Now again, the goal in using crochet abbreviations and acronyms is to make reading and following a pattern easier at a glance. Our hands and eyes and body are doing a lot. We want to give our brain a break, right? So crochet patterns are built on a few foundational stitches, such as chain, single, half double, double, and treble crochet. These basic crochet stitches are the building blocks of crochet, and all other stitches are variations and combinations of those. So again, we've already decided that these particular stitches don't have variations. We all agree on what the definition, the technical instructions are, so we can simply use those abbreviations whenever reading and writing patterns, right? If you need a video tutorial on any one of those stitches because you're new or you're beginning or you just want a refresher, I've got you. Click on the link right here. Specialty stitches. Now, beyond basic crochet stitches, patterns may include some specialty stitches that will also be abbreviated. A specialty crochet stitch is a complex variation that goes beyond just the basic crochet stitch. And these are typically combinations and variations of basic stitches, and we use them to create unique textures, patterns, or effects. Now, some that are very common that I'm sure everyone's heard of if you've been crocheting for longer than a day are the shell, the bobble, the cluster. Now, even though we each know those terms, those specialty stitches, there are many variations to complete each one of these examples. So if they are referenced in a pattern, they should also be technically defined so that you can complete them. Shell can be completed many different ways. Same with the bobble, same with the cluster. So you can't just see these and guess. Pattern writers don't just write these and assume people will know. You have to tell people exactly what kind of shell, exactly what kind of bobble, what kind of cluster. So we really need those technical definitions for each one of those. If you want to learn more about textured stitches like the bobble, the cluster, the popcorn, and the puff, I've got an article for you with tutorials for each one. So beyond these common crochet stitches, there are many, many thousands more of stitches, right? There's way too many. Far too many to list or define in any single place. However, if you want to learn more on the subject, you can find some basic tips to help you learn how to crochet any stitch. Yes, any stitch. Plus, I have over 30 classic and unique stitches and video tutorials that you can try. Special crochet techniques. These refer to a specific method or approach used to execute a stitch, modify a project, or create a particular effect in crochet. Techniques often focus on how and where to place stitches, or how to start or how to finish a particular project. So some examples of crochet techniques are working in BLO, back loop only, or FLO, front loop only, working the adjustable loop, the magic loop, the invisible join, or even the join as you go technique. If you are looking for some basic cheat sheets, here are the most common crochet abbreviations for basic stitches, terms, specialty stitches, and techniques. It is a very common and basic cheat sheet for each one. So if you're looking for those, you can save, print, download these so that you have them in your back pocket for later on. US and UK crochet terms. They're a little different. Did you guys know that? Hold on. Can you guys see? Yes, yes, yes. No, no, no. Yes. Crochet terminology can vary depending on where a pattern is written. So US and UK terms in particular, they're going to differ significantly, especially when it comes to stitch names. Again, here the Craft Yarn Council has outlined differences for US, UK, and Canada on their website. For example, a US double crochet stitch does not have the same definition or technical instructions of a UK double crochet stitch. For example, a UK double crochet stitch is yarn over, insert hook, into stitch, yarn over, pull through stitch, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. So those of us who read US patterns, we see that, we read that, and we're like, yes, that's a US double crochet stitch. However, if you're reading a UK pattern and you see double crochet or DC, it is different. The technical instructions are insert hook into stitch, yarn over, pull through stitch, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. And so if we are working in UK terms, we can see that a double crochet, DC, is actually worked like a US single crochet. Isn't that strange? So we're doing the same things, but the terms are mismatched. So there is a difference. If you need a comparison chart on US and UK common crochet terms, stitches, and techniques, including the definitions for each, because that's the most important thing, I've got you with this cheat sheet that you can save or print or download. So this is really important because it shows the UK term, the US term, and then the definition, and then you can see how they match up. Now that I have outlined all of these different abbreviations, terms, standards in the crochet world, I hope you have a better understanding when reading and following crochet abbreviations, terms, and acronyms in the crochet world. So if you are looking to practice, a great way to get started is with some free crochet patterns to try with clear instructions, a detailed stitch key, and even a variety of specialty stitches and techniques to try. So definitely take a peek at these 3 patterns here because they're jam-packed full of not only of those basic stitches, but you're going to see some specialty stitches, terms, and techniques that are going to be abbreviated or that are going to be in terms that you might want to read and, you know, get a little bit of practice in. So I've listed 3 patterns that you can view for free on our website. I hope you check them out. All right, everyone, if you have some thoughts, questions, you need guidance, feedback, I have linked my free online community. I welcome anyone who loves to crochet to come on over and join us to broaden this conversation, ask questions, share feedback. I'd love to have you. All right, everybody, make sure you like this video if you liked this video, and please hit that subscribe button so you can see more videos just like this one. Peace, love, crochet. See you next time. Bye-bye.